different experience with my daughter, simply because I had the information that I needed. I had the resources that I needed. I had a pump from day one. You know, with my son, I didn't even have a pump until he was a month old, because I didn't think I would need a pump since I wasn't working outside of the home. I thought only moms who were working needed pumps. You know, I just knew nothing, absolutely nothing about breastfeeding.
I think that's really common actually for moms to, you take a childbirth class or something, or during your pregnancy, you're really focused on like pregnancy and birth. Like, how am I going to get this human out of me is a big deal and kind of an overwhelming thought. But I think so many moms are kind of like you, where you just don't really think about the after very much, or how do I feed this baby? I don't know. It just seems like that should be a natural thing.
It should be.
Sometimes it's not. So yeah, I think preparing a little bit more during pregnancy, or at least knowing your resources, you know, that second time you got out and you're like, this is who I'm going to call if I have problems. And I think that can really make a difference in how you do things, especially at the beginning, like you mentioned.
Absolutely. And even from the time I was in the hospital, you know, things were very different with my second daughter. I remember the moment she was born, I picked her up and I said, she's going to nurse now. Everybody step away. Now it's time for her to nurse. This is our golden hour.
I love it.
And that's what we did. And I just let her nurse for as long as she wanted. And I was like, she's fine. Nobody needs to clean her up. Nobody needs to cut any cords. Just give me my baby and she's going to nurse. And it was funny. She was born sucking on her thumb. So I just took her thumb out of her mouth and then she latched right on.
Stop. I love that.
It was awesome. It was perfect. And then she was just nursing for a whole entire hour. Which was amazing. I still had milk production issues, and I think that's just something that I will forever struggle with.
Sure.
But this time around, it was a lot easier, just because I knew what to do and I wasn't so stressed out, and there was no doubt in my mind. I think the hardest part of breastfeeding for me is this: I never know if my baby is getting enough nourishment. I never know if my baby's getting enough milk. And that for me was always the hardest part of breastfeeding. Every time that my baby cried, I would think, oh, my baby's hungry. And my mind wouldn't even go to, maybe my baby has a dirty diaper, maybe my baby's colicky, maybe, you know, I would always think that my baby was hungry. And so with my second daughter, I kept counting her wet diapers. And I thought, you know, if she has enough wet diapers, I don't have to worry. She's fine. If she's crying a lot, if she's fussing a lot, well, she's a fussy baby, and it's okay. So I don't know. I think it was just a different experience, just really based on the amount of information that I had.